Alright guys, so today I'm going to make a video about something that I've basically gotten next to zero help for in this aspect of the business, and that is taxes and finding an accountant. So without much direction in this, and since nobody wants to lift a finger and even as much as a point towards somebody, I'm having to go to Google and actually search for what are best questions to ask an accountant before you hire them. Now the thing is, I already I already paid for the service. It was freaking $2,200, which I told the guy that there's very little chance I won't be going forth with this. Like there's like, my accountant now charges 150. You guys charge 2,200. Like what is going on? And they said 1-800 accountants, they have their whole spiel. So I'm like, all right, listen, I'm going to take this, but I'm going to let you know that I can cancel. And then he basically sent me an email showing that I have the right to cancel within 30 days if I don't like the service. And I was like, okay, all right, fine. I took it. So now today's the first day that I actually have a time with the person to ask them the questions that I want to ask. And one of the tips I got from other business owners, this is not from people in the SEO space, they told me that try to find somebody that your colleagues, friends are using. Since they're already online marketers, they must have gone through the trials and hurdles and things they wish they should have asked the accountant before they started type shit. But nobody in our space wants to talk about this. I understand this is legal matters, so you can get in trouble if you give wrong advice or something, but it's almost like it's unknown. Like it's really like there's no help. Understand this, like zero. Like there's no way to understand what is the right way to do your taxes once you're in business. It's just impossible. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna study this shit? What are you to do your taxes right? You're gonna either be like, this is what your choices are. You have to be a lawyer, okay? You have to like study this shit for 3 years to do this right the first time, or you probably would have to be having sex with somebody who is a lawyer or a tax accountant or something like that. Because who else is gonna give you all the proper advice without you having to go through the problems? Anyways, so leaving my pissed off self aside, let's see what I can find questions that I'm going to be asking this guy. Comes on at 3 o'clock. And I'm not even sure if he's going to let me record this. I'm going to let him know, hey, I'm recording this. If he says okay, then I'm going to make a video. If not, then I might just make a video after, like giving some advice on it, which will be very washy-washy because I'm not going to, if nobody else is doing it, then I'm not going to do it. Psych, I will. But what the fuck am I doing? Okay. Tell me about a time when you felt, okay, so let me pause this. I'm going to go find out some questions that I think I'm going to ask this guy. All right, guys, so I thought of something. Maybe I will push this talk to like tomorrow or something. The guy still hasn't hit me up. They let me know that I can, reschedule if something comes up. Because I'm looking into some things that I want to ask, and I get the feeling that I should get a bit more ready for this session I have with them. So what I'm going to be doing is pasting all the questions I have in the description below. You guys take a look. I hope some of you guys are thinking about taxes and stuff properly. And if you have some burning questions, comment it right now. Message me on Facebook if it's personal, whatever. You don't have to say, that it's just for you. You can say, like whatever. I just want to ask really good questions and get prepared for this, right? So just to do a quick run to let you guys know what kind of questions I am asking and how's my thought process behind it. All right, so this first section is basically kind of like about the accountant at hand. Okay, so this guy's coming on and I need to know him first, right? Who is he? So what are some special considerations for my particular industry, right? So we're in online marketing. I need to know, this guy, they said that they're going to pair me with the guy who's a specialist in online marketing, right? So the first thing I can ask them right off the bat is, what is it that is special? Like, what is it, some like considerations I need to make now that I have online business and not a normal business, right? This is going to let me know right off the bat that how deep he knows about our business, right? If he says some shit like that's really basic, like, oh yeah, so you have computer expense, or some dumb shit, then I'll know that they're not really in deep, right? I'm looking to get some kind of answer in many of these questions where it makes me think like, oh wow, I didn't think of that. I need to feel like that because I'm paying for this shit, right? Like I don't want to just, it shouldn't be just stuff I kind of could have guessed. Anyways, who are most of your clients? Again, I want to know that this guy's working with other online marketers, and apparently they are located in Madison, New York. So if he's a specialist online marketing and he's located there, I would assume that he's working with big marketing agencies. So I want to see if that is true. How can you help me clamp down on my cash flow? That's pretty basic. I just want to get his answer. How can you help me grow my business? This is again me not knowing jack shit about taxes, me just trying to see what he says to this answer. Like, I understand you guys can help me track where I'm spending money, where I'm gaining money, but how do you actually help me grow my business? Like, is there some kind of metric you can show me where it's actually going to play a direct part in me getting more business? Can you describe a workplace situation for online marketing business which was challenging? So this is a deeper version of this, right? And this is a question that I'm really looking forward to an answer of, because if he can, basically I'm going to ask him, like, name one situation in the online marketing space which you had a lot of challenge that you guys were all wrapped up in. Give me an exact what happened, and then how did you overcome it, right? So this is, I'm hoping for that part he can, give me some insight where I'm like, oh wow, okay, I didn't even know that works like that. So somebody just commented, where you been, bro? Are you feeling better now? Yeah, I've been on a move. What would you say some of your common problems people face in online marketing taxes? Yeah, pretty much common, describe one situation, then the common ones. Bookkeeping, do you guys sort anything to IRS before we discuss it? Like, I want to know, I mean, this is probably again, very basic question. Like I said, I don't know shit about taxes, but like, is there anything that they just like file away and then like just send it off without me knowing or something? Like, am I going to be always knowing exactly what's going on? And obviously the obvious answer for this is like, yes, we let you know everything. You guys are like our right hand. And then that's what I want to hear, right? How accessible are you? I want to be able to email them whenever, and them get back to me within a day's time. That would be nice. Do you do both business and personal taxes? Like, I don't want to pay them this much money and then have to do my personal taxes on the side as well, right? What do you exactly do for bookkeeping, right? So I know they mentioned QuickBooks, but what is that like actual criteria? Like, I want to mention to him that my business card automatically has like 5, 6 categories already, and I can make new categories and set up rules that those expenses will go to that category. So like, why do I need you guys to do the bookkeeping, right? Like, I mean, I want the service, but like, I want him to sell me on why I need them. All right. Um, Now this section is actually questions I have about like, like actual about online marketing business. This was basically me getting to kind of know him, right? So I heard I should be paying myself a salary from the business. Is this correct, right? This is something I hear all the time, that, hey, you need to like, separate your business from yourself, which I get it, but do I pay myself a salary? How do we dictate how much salary I get to have, right? How do we dictate? Dictate how much? Why is it beneficial to like pay myself a salary compared to me keeping all the profit because I'm the only owner, right? Why is this beneficial? What happens to the extra, right? What happens to the extra amount of money? Like, if you're making 10K and let's say you call yourself as a salary as like 2K, so there's 8K left, right? I mean, assuming that you don't have any business expenses, 8K, what happens to that? How is that taxed? Is that differently? Is that taxed, like, is that filed differently? What is the, what's the whole idea there? I pay for services overseas. What do I have to pay employee tax for that? How does that work? Is it fine? Do I have to do 1099? Is there anything like, I don't know what's going on with that. My business is registered in Delaware. I don't have to pay double taxes, right? I heard this, if your business is registered in Delaware, Nebraska, some of the places that, very common, people like to register businesses for like tax benefits, whatever. How does it work? Like, I heard from some people they have to pay kind of taxes in both places where you're located and where you're registered. So what is it for me? Like, are there any other expenses that you guys need for me to cover to do your job? Like, I don't want them to come halfway and be like, hey, you got to pay for this shit more. Like, is this the entire coverage, this money that I'm paying one upfront? Does this cover everything for the entire year? I have a car that I use for business. My car is 100% for business. Um, but it's in my personal name. So how do you guys file this off? My business credit card keeps organization of things I paid for. How do you keep receipts, right? Like, do I have to keep the receipts? I mean, my card already is doing that. I don't want to keep receipts, and I don't care if there's just like these apps right now where you can take pictures of every, like that also is hard. How is there anything I can do to not do that shit? Because my credit card has pretty much all the information. I mean, not all. You can't always tell exactly what you bought, but you can tell where you bought it from. So, what's the deal there? When I take trips for business, is everything a write-off? Is there anything I have to do in the trip that can show that in fact it was for a business trip, or it's all good? I can just, any trip I take is for a business trip is fine. If I want to hire somebody in the United States, do I have to pay employee tax? Okay, so I'm possibly by the end of 2019, I would assume that I would be in a position where I would like to get somebody like actually locally, right? Who's going to be working with me, somebody who can, I mean, I've been touching on this a bit, right? Like who can turn off all the fires. This is where I come in, you know, client emails, all this stuff, miscellaneous shit that you can build systems around, like more like an assistant role. Plus, they have to know SEO to do like strategy and stuff like that. But this kind of stuff, if I was to get somebody like that, how would it work? If do I have to pay employee tax? Is there any ways I can't? Is there a way if I do 1099, will it help? Just figure that shit out. If I want to hire somebody in the United States, okay, if I'm paying rent on my apartment or most of the space I use for the apartment, how do I write this up? Okay, so this apartment, most of the space I can say that, you know, I use for business, right? I'm in the living room now, so I can say living room is for business, right? So if you want to do square foot, I heard you can do write off a certain square foot of the rent and stuff like that. So how does that work? All right, that's pretty much what I have now. This last part is just basically like in case these answers didn't go well, I want to like squeeze in these answers so I can use him to let me know how to hire him better, right? How do you stay current on your accounting legislation? Where do you like get the newest information? There's so much out there online. Which ones do you trust? What are the top 3 skills that every accountant should have, right? I mean, I'm not gonna say it like this, but I'm gonna say it like what do you recommend? I mean, what are the top 3 things you would say that you're good at that helps me in my business? Stuff like this, right? I'm gonna ask him this shit, Joe. So just in case this wasn't good and I don't end up keeping the service, the next accountant that I do try to get, I want to ask them this shit first based on the answers he gave me, right? So that's where I'm at. And I'll leave it here. But guys, please, if you guys are watching this and if it's something you know or something you have started your business and later on you have that you have, you know, a burning question for, please comment or please send me a message on Facebook if you want it to be personal, whatever, because I really want to like knock this out of the park. All right, peace.